Okay, kiddies, Dr. Freedom here with you. Time some Doctor News, news from in and around the universe that may or may not affect you on some strange, weird level. Uh, the same level where only philosophers lament and the insane live. But okay, if you hear a weird noise off in the background, you probably don't, ever since I got the new microphone. But that's my one cat playing with a fuzzy toy or something with her. But okay. Well, hell, she's pretty spry for 13 years old. But all right. Still a lot of weirdness going on. As I said before, I would actually believe that Chris Marshall has the role, except for the fact, like I said, this stuff has come way too early. They haven't even gotten into the neighborhood of saying we're going to make an announcement. Someone commented in the yesterday's video on the board there. They said something about they had heard something about Jenny Coleman. The camera's askew. How'd you do that? Oh, there we go. Probably me fiddling around on the desk, knocked it way askew. He said Jenny Colgan's saying, indicating that it might not even be a white male. Are you ready for that, you bunch of negatives? I'm not kidding. I can't believe the stuff I have seen lately. There was a group on Facebook that's already making fun of Pearl Mackie. I can't really get the feel of her as a companion. And I'm like, we've only seen a little snippet, not even bigger than that. It's like we haven't even seen one episode with Bill in it yet. Yet she's already being judged. She's already being, if she turns out to be transgender, I will not watch the show. What a bunch of closed-minded idiots. It's just crazy. Also, someone said that it's probably because of my age, I don't like class. I'm sorry, we've got teenagers. We got a teenager on the board, Elijah, who also thinks class is garbage. So you can't pull the age thing out of your hat and say that's it. It was just bad writing. It was copying off Buffy so much. I might as well just called the cracks at Coal Hill the Hellmouth and got it over with. Wait a minute. Oh, no. Remember, always do your gestures like this so they're on camera. Oh, sorry. We had a William Hartnell. Well, let's get to the articles I'm talking about. Let's enough of that chitter chatter. Let's take a look at what little I do have for today. Unfortunately, there's not going to be any filming reports for a while yet. From what I'm hearing, they're pretty much sticking inside the studio over at Rothlock for like the next week or so. So, if I hear any differently, I'll let y'all know. All right, moving on. Okay, first off, Moffat reveals the advice he gave the new Doctor Who showrunner, Chris Chibnall. Okay, first of all, he's a very experienced showrunner himself, so it says the Moff. The advice I gave him, which I won't share, was not about how to run Doctor Who, but how to have a life while running Doctor Who. Things you make sure of. He's a family man like myself. You got to make sure that you survive it. And the support you're going to need, what's going to be like at 4 a.m. when you're rewriting some other bastard script and not even putting your name on it. Well, what that's going to feel like. That is what I talked to him about. Also, get one of your kids to set up a YouTube channel so I can appear on it and he can get hundreds of subscribers. I do an interview with him with my shirt on inside out. Anyone else remember that? Okay. So that's what I talked to him about. But it's really, you've got to see your kids now and then. You've got to go home now and then. You've got to keep living. It's a monstrous workload. Doctor Who, monstrous. So basically, he ain't telling you jack squat. But I figure I'll throw it in here. It's good advice. The Moff's taken a lot of flack from both sides. I flacked on the Moff for a while. But it wasn't until later on when I realized just how little power he had compared to RTD and a bunch of other stuff that went on that was outside this poor man's purview that I started to swing back towards the thing. Maybe it's not his fault really. It's the fact he's dealing with the situation best he can. Sure, he's written the majority of his episodes have been pretty good. It could be a lot worse. I don't think we've had any we've only had one or maybe two that have come close to being Love and Monsters bad. So, but that also depends on your opinion of Love and Monsters. But moving on. Is there a secret reason for the return of all these classic Who creations? Older versions of the Doctor's foes and gadgets seem to be cropping up in the new series, but why? And this is just a bit of a speculation piece, because a lot of people have noticed that this is, some are saying it's Pertwee, some are saying it's Tom Baker. It looks more like the Tom Baker because the Pertwee had like the yellow towards the top. I know I have the Pertwee screwdriver right over here on my shelf in my little case up there. See that Vader cup up there? Yeah, zoom in really close. Do a still shot. Maybe you'll see it. Also, the fact we get the Movellans, as I pointed out months ago, that they're going to be in it. Not to mention the Mondasian Cybermen, among other things, Ice Warriors. It is weird, but I think they're mainly doing it as a send-off for, Peter Capaldi. That's my theory on it. But the thing is, I really don't think he had made the decision formally to leave. But I think at his heart, I think Moff knew he was going. Or maybe Moff did it because he wanted to. It was his last year, and he figured, what the hell? I'm going to bring in some classic shit before I go storming out the door, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Because, frankly, they had to beg, borrow, and steal him just to get him to do one more season while they got the new showrunner ready. So, because, nobody else pretty much wanted the job from what they're saying at this point. But who knows? Time will tell. Okay, video preview, Becoming the Companion, will be in U.S. cinemas this April. Now, Fathom Events have released a preview of this special featurette, and it basically centers around Bill, what she's digging in on it, and blah, blah, blah. So if you want to take a look at it, boom, 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 here it is. It's not very long, but it's a good watch. It's a fun watch, and it gives you an idea of what you're going to see if you go see the theater presentation and see this little snippet. Don't forget, tickets are on sale now. Speaking of that, U.S. Cinema update for the pilot, a.k.a. the first episode of Series 10. BBC Worldwide and Fathom Events have sent further details on their plans to show the new series premiered the pilot on cinema screens around the U.S. Now, tickets are now available for the Fathom Events presentation of BBC America's Doctor Who Season 10 premiere. It'll be playing in movie theaters nationwide for 2 nights only on Monday, April 17th, and Wednesday, April 19th. Why? I don't know, but these things seem to be getting a following. Considering this is like going to be 2 weeks after it airs, and actually, no, it airs on the 15th. Very sorry. I got an appointment for something on April 1st, and my brain's locking onto that for some reason. So a couple days after, you can go see it on the big screen in the theater. It's up to you. So in addition to that, you also enjoy the premiere episode of Class. I've been getting into arguments with people over that. There's a handful of people out there who really like it. There's claiming to be a bunch of people at Galley 1 who liked it, but at the same time, different strokes for different folks. But please don't say it's because of my age. I watch sci-fi shows that are geared at just about everything. And if whether I like it or not has nothing to do with the fact that I'm an old fat fart, okay? Like I said, we had a teenager on our panel, Elijah, a.k.a. Minnesota Gallifreyan, who does not like Class. He thought it was garbage. So you can't say it's an ageist thing. Sure, he's only one person, but we've also got other young people on that I know that we've watched it, and all that, who said, so unless it does Dino Supreme in the U.S., it's not getting renewed. But if you want to see the first episode along with that, it's also going to be aired with this particular event. Okay, plus the little, thing for the companion and whatnot. So if you're interested in all this, they are currently, tickets can also be, all right, tickets are available for pre-sale apparently now. Tickets can also be purchased online by visiting fathomevents.com. Fans at the U.S. will be able to enjoy the event in more than 550 select theaters. And for a complete list, please visit the website here. Also, like I said in the thing, tickets are now available. So you may want to go look into this before your local theater sells out, if that's at all possible. I don't know depends on how many Whovians you got in your area. All right, moving on. Australian cinema outing has also been announced for the pilot. BBC Worldwide, ANZ, and Sharmil Films have announced that they will be presenting a special event screening of the first episode of the series. Further details on their event can be found at the Sharmil Films website. Theirs will be, the pilot will premiere in Australia on ABC iView immediately after the UK broadcast on the 16th of April, where it will air simultaneously on ABC and ABC ME at 7:40 p.m. So if you want to find out more about this and you're in Australia, there it is. Also, Life of Evans novel cover released. Candy Jar Books have released the final cover for the Life of Evans, the first in a new series of Lethbridge Stewart spin-off novels. So if you want to go look into this, it's currently available. It's limited to 400 copies, and they said of which half have already been sold. So if you're into that, you may want to get to it. And of course, Barrowman wants Jack to meet Capaldi's doctor. Barrowman wants Jack to meet anybody's doctor at this point. But the problem is, Barrowman is so busy. Matter of fact, he just turned 50 earlier this week. Between Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, and all that, doing Malcolm Merlin. and whatnot. Even though he does have clearance, if he wants to go, if they say, look, would you like to come back and do this? Chances are Kreisberg and the gang will let him do it, because they're big Whovians. Like I said, he's also going to be doing, Big Finish audios. He's already done some for Torchwood. He got the lives of Captain Jack Harkness coming out. But the thing is, I'm not sure if they're going to let him back on the main show. And I said, it could, it's a possibility. It always is. But at the same time, I don't think it's likely. There's been no stirrings, not even a slight rumor about it at this point. Okay, so once again, Death Moon 8, I'm just waiting on one more person's audio lines. I've already got like 3/4 of it mixed and ready, and I'm not sure. This is my first time really messing with an outdoor environment, so I'm really hoping the mix comes out all okay on that. So hope you all enjoy it when it does come out. I was hoping to have it out by this weekend, but unless somebody has their lines in, that's likely not going to happen this weekend. So, well, until next time, everybody, take care. Ta-ta. Enjoy the rest of your day.